I'm sorry, I can't do this. Sorry. I can't do this. I just can't. It's too nerve-wracking. What do you mean you can't? What's wrong? Of course you can do this. No, it's too many people. I'm just freaking out, and look at my heartbeat is going crazy. And what if I forget something? And I just want to escape this. I just want to escape this. You want to escape this? Fine.
Okay, class, so who wants to be next to give their speech in front of everyone?
Song. Janelle. Michelle. Okay, how about James? James, you're gonna go next.
Hi, my name is James, and I'm going to talk to you today about Maslow's hierarchy of needs. There's 5 needs. The first is psychological. The second is how do I think my presentation went? Well, judging by how everybody was on their computer and phones the whole time, I'd say it went pretty horrible. I think I need to prepare more, not be so nervous. Honestly, I think I need training.
One of the best things you could do to help yourself speak comfortably in public is prepare. Preparation is one of the first steps of improving your public speaking. For starters, you must be familiar with your audience. Who are you trying to convey your message to? Once this is determined, it will help you determine your word choices and the level of information you want to display to them. For example, if you are trying to engage with a group of professors, you would not be using slang words. Likewise, if you were trying to talk to a group of first graders, you would be using shorter, more simple words.
You must be sure to engage the audience. It's important to hook your audience right within the first 30 seconds, otherwise you may have already lost them. Don't simply start off with explaining what your topic is. Instead, bring something creative to the table that makes your audience voluntarily want to keep listening to you. It is also important to pay attention to the audience's feedback. You know your speech is dragging on when your audience is looking down at their phone, glancing at the ceiling, anything but paying attention to you.
Your preparation is to create a framework. How do you want to deliver the information that you have collected? An outline can be very helpful in this step because it lets you remember the things that you want to talk about and to stay on task. Outlines are better than reading off the note cards because it allows you to maintain eye contact with your audience, allowing them to stay focused on you.
Another big topic you want to focus on when delivering your speech is being mindful to your body language. Now there is difference between nervous body language and body language. That helps move your speech forward. Being dynamic in your speech, remember non-verbal communication carries most of your message. If you are slouching and not using much energy, this gives the message to your audience that you are not interested in your topic. Therefore, saying that should not interest either. Be sure to remain calm and but engaged.
Having audio or visual aids can help clarify your speech. When your audience actually can see what you are describing, it engages them more and leaves little room for confusion. Now, it's important that you don't get too crazy with the visual aids because that can distract your audience from the main points that you are trying to make, so use them sparingly. The audio and visual aids are simply to enhance your speech, so try not to abuse them too much.
Okay, class, so who wants to be next to give their speech in front of everyone?
Song. Janelle. Michelle. Okay, how about James? James, you're gonna go next.
Hello, class. Let me ask you a question. Which is more important to you, friends or food?
Friends.
It's interesting that you would think that, but according to Maslow's hierarchy of needs, it's food. Maslow's hierarchy of needs are the needs that you try to fulfill every day in your life. How do I think my presentation went? It was amazing. Everyone was looking at me, had everyone's attention. I felt on top of the world, and I still do. I'm glad I went through that training, and I'm ready to kill my next presentation.
In the second speech, you can tell that James took the time to prepare for his presentation, and because of this, he was more familiar with his topic, which made him sound more confident and clear.
Instead of starting his presentation with a boring introduction that would have diverted the audience's attention, he started with the hook that made the audience interested in what he was communicating.
In James' first speech, that only had the element of himself to help him deliver his message. In his second speech, James had prepared a PowerPoint presentation that gave his audience visual aid of what he was discussing.
You can see that James's body language changed. He was more comfortable, which gave him a sense of confidence in what he was talking about.